Good morning. I'm Steve Jurens with your live Northeast Radio SD News for Friday, February 6th, 2026. Your news this hour is brought to you by Hahler Automotive in Webster, South Dakota. Cruise through brand new, certified used, and premium classic vehicles online at hahlerauto.com. World-class service, hometown friendliness. Local student leaders from Watertown, Milbank, and Florence recently returned from a high-impact visit to the state capitol. As part of the Capital City Experience on February 3rd and 4th, these students, serving as state officers for various career and technical student organizations, met directly with lawmakers to advocate for their future career paths. Representing our area were Kaya Vandermeer, from Watertown, Rylan Wendland from Milbank, and Dawson Hovalchek and Emma Caulfield from Florence. They joined peers from across the state to observe committee meetings and discuss policy impacts on sectors such as healthcare, business, and agriculture. Amy Miller, Director of Career and Technical Education, noted that this offers a unique view of the current issues affecting their future careers. For more information on these leadership programs, visit doe.sd.gov. U.S. Representative Dusty Johnson is leading a massive coalition of 47 House colleagues in a fight to protect American shippers and consumers. In a formal letter sent to the Surface Transportation Board this week, the group demanded a, quote, rigorous and comprehensive, end quote, review of the proposed merger between Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern. If approved, the deal would create a 55,000-mile transcontinental railroad handling nearly half of all U.S. rail freight. Johnson, representing a state heavily reliant on agricultural exports, warns that further consolidation could drive up prices for everyone from farmers to consumers. The federal board has already rejected the initial application as incomplete. The railroads have until February 17th to decide whether to refile a revised plan. A legendary chapter of South Dakota naval history is finally receiving the nation's highest honor. President Donald Trump will award the Medal of Honor to retired Navy Captain E. Royce Williams. A native of Wilmot, Williams's story reads like a movie script. In 1952, while flying an F-9F Panther, he engaged 7 Soviet MiGs in the only direct overwater dogfight between the U.S. and Soviet Union during the Cold War. Because of the geopolitical sensitivity of the era, his heroics were classified for over 60 years. Senator Mike Rounds, who led a decade-long push for the upgrade, called Williams a, quote, real-life Top Gun, end quote. After having his Silver Star upgraded to a Navy Cross in 2023, a recent provision in the Defense Act finally cleared the path for this highest military distinction. A new children's book launched yesterday in Watertown is turning a local legacy into a mission of kindness. Author Julianne Andries and illustrator Rebecca Hall have released Little Bug Earns Her Spots, a story inspired by Emily Hull, a young girl who passed away from cancer in 2002. Emily was well known for her love of ladybugs, and this book follows a little bug who must earn her spots through good deeds. Most importantly, 100% of the royalties from the book's sales this year will be donated to Make-A-Wish South Dakota and Montana, the same organization that granted Emily a wish during her illness. You can find the book on Amazon, and the authors will hold a special signing at DDR Books in downtown Watertown on March 14th. In quick action by Watertown Fire Rescue prevented a vehicle fire from turning into a residential disaster early Thursday morning. At approximately 6:45 a.m., crews were dispatched to the 1700 block of 16th Avenue Southeast, where they found an SUV with flames venting from the engine compartment. Because the vehicle was parked very close to a home, there was a high risk of the fire spreading to the structure. Firefighters from Engine 4 used a rotary saw to access the engine and quickly knock down the blaze. Fortunately, no injuries were reported and the home sustained no damage. The Watertown Police Department assisted at the scene, and although the fire was contained within 30 minutes, the cause remains under investigation. Your news this hour is brought to you by Hahler Automotive in Webster, South Dakota. Cruise through brand new, certified used, and premium classic vehicles online at HahlerAuto.com. World-class service, hometown friendliness. Read full, in-depth stories online at NortheastRadioSD.com. If you enjoy our daily news recap podcast and live interview uploads, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter delivered straight to your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. And with today's local and state news from Northeast Radio SD Studios in Watertown, South Dakota, I'm Steve Jurens.